And joining us here today on News 10 for our Eye on Terre Haute is Mayor Duke Bennett. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. And today we're talking about the 13th and Holman site. We've mentioned this lots of times, but if you drive past it, you notice the grass is green, it's growing. What's kind of the latest with that site?
Well, the site has been cleared by those that have to come and make sure that everything was done properly. What we're waiting on now is for the grass to fill in, and then they'll take the silt fencing down and we can trim the rest of that area that people have seen that it's growing around the edge there. And then there are filters on the storm drains in order to keep any of that material from getting down to the storm sewer system. As soon as that grass fills in, they'll be able to remove the rest of that, and then we'll be able to cut all the grass and make it all look very nice. So that's just kind of the last step in the process before we begin to market it. Okay,
now is there any chance that we have businesses already interested in that property?
There's been some interest, but they're kind of just waiting to really, have us officially and formally put something out to the public, which we'll do in the coming weeks.
Gotcha, okay. Now, we've seen a lot of rain recently, so that site's growing with grass, but we're also seeing those properties that are not being cut. Lots of tall grass in the area, and people are concerned about that.
Yeah, it's a continuous battle. As you know, there's a lot of vacant lots in the city. That's primarily where this happens at. And there is a very detailed process before we can just go cut it. So a neighbor may live next door to an empty lot. Maybe it's a place where we tore a house down. Maybe it's owned by somebody else, and they don't cut the grass. And so the sooner you call us when it reaches that 8-inch limit, then we start the process. And what that means is we have to notify the owners through certified mail. We have to run an advertisement in a paper. We have to post the site. It takes about 21 days just to go through that legal process. They have to have plenty of time to cut it themselves. And then if they don't, then we can come in and cut it and put a lien on the property. Well, there are hundreds of sites in the city, as you can imagine, and when we have rain like it is and the warm temperatures, it grows really fast and people get frustrated because why can't you just come out and cut it tomorrow? Well, because we have to follow the law. And so the sooner you call us, the sooner we start the process, which means the sooner we can cut the grass.
Gotcha, okay. Now also, are you guys concerned at all about the budget that you use to do this, considering we've seen so much rain?
Well, that's not as big a need. We've got enough money, I think, to do that. It's just when we have more lots each year, we need to get some of those lots, new homes built or neighbors acquire them so we don't have to take care of them. Our list can't keep getting bigger, or it will become a problem in the future. But money's not the biggest issue. It's more of a time thing and getting them all into the system so we can get them cut.
Gotcha. Issues leading to issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one of the other things we want to mention was the medians in the middle of the highway. You guys have been planting, kind of keeping that up. You guys have been busy with that too.
Yeah, and that gets, once again, when you have the weather like it's been, weeds seem to grow just fine whether it rains or not. But we have to weed those beds out there. And this is about the time that we do that. We did some preliminary winter cleanup in the spring, and then we kind of come in now and pull the weeds, and then we'll have to hit it again, as we move into the fall. It's very time consuming. There's a lot of requirements from a safety perspective to block off the road and put up signage and all that. So it's quite an undertaking to do that. And we've been working on it the last few days. We completed that now, and then this fall we'll come back and do it one more time. We'll remulch and it'll look really good. But it's one of those things. The weeds, they grow really, really fast.
Yeah, why can't the flowers look so good, huh?
I know, exactly.
Well, then you guys also are busy. You just got word about the new dog park. People love to hear updates about that dog park.
Yeah, we talk about that almost every time because there's so many questions and people really want that. We just got notification a couple of days ago that work will begin next week on the remediation of that site. It'll take them probably a couple of months to do all the work down there, and then once they're done, we'll come in and put the fencing in and all the amenities. So sometime this fall, before it gets winter, we'll be able to open up that dog park.
Oh, I think a lot of people are just looking forward to that.
I think they are.
Well, thanks for stopping by, and of course, always sharing all the information with us.
It's great to be here.
Of course, thank you. News 10, we'll be right back.